just one more thing. Yes. That street vendors are not just street vendors. You know, they have a background. They're actually, some of them are actually really, I mean, a lot of them, majority of them have other backgrounds, you know. They probably were dentists or doctors back in their hometown, but this is what they have to do for a better life for their family.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to school. But don't worry, everything is cool. I'm your host, Julyssa, and of course, I am here with the boys, Steve and Brandon. Say what's up, you guys.
What's up?
And we have a special guest today. Y'all might know her from My Dream Quince, the person who eats her rice with mayo and banana, content creator Dani Cazz. Hey, welcome,
What's up,
welcome.
Dani? What's up?
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, of course, dude. I like your shoes. I don't know if the camera can see it, actually, but they look
Thanks.
good.
They
Believe
were
me.
$5 at Buffalo Exchange.
Really?
Yeah.
Buffalo Exchange. What is that?
It's a thrift store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. I thrift all my clothes. Thrifted.
Damn.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Gen Z. Very Gen Z. We all are, yeah. So tell the people what you do. Tell them a little bit about yourself. What do? You do social media, or what do you do?
Yeah, so I started doing social media 5 years ago. I started when I was like 14. I started at a quince company. Then I moved on to working on my own business for a bit. And then I moved on to corporate. So now I do marketing for a corporate company. And then I also do it on the side, like my own content creation. So that's
And how's it feeling? How does it feel?
It feels really cool. I mean, my parents never worked in corporate. So like they don't know like all the things, like the benefits that you get. So like I feel like I consider myself like, you know, like first gen, even though I didn't go to college. Like I feel like I really did, you know, make it, you know, like I actually made it, because like
It feels like I went to college.
Yeah, it feels like I went to college. Like the years of experience from marketing I had like for 5 years, it did qualify as like I didn't go to college, but you know, like, but like it qualifies. So
How come you didn't go? You just didn't want to go, or what?
let me think back. I'm like, why
You're
didn't
like,
I
shit,
go?
it was never even a thought that I was gonna go.
No, okay. I would say there's like a lot to it. Okay, so let's go back to 1999. I'm just kidding. No, so let's go back to like high school or like middle school. Like elementary school too. My parents never encouraged college.
Really?
So, well, they did. Like they would encourage school, like focus, you know?
Like GED stuff, like
yeah, like
just high school and stuff.
Just get it done, you know? Yeah. And especially like we came from Mexico, so I don't know. There's like a system there, but I think the system's broken over there. Which sucks, but it's gonna get better, you know? But when we came here, like they didn't really know how to like work it either. Like they don't know how the college, how can you say it? Like they didn't know how to get to college.
Okay.
They didn't know all the qualifications or the requirements to get there. So they were just like, oh yeah, just go to school and get good grades, you know? Yeah. But during that time, like it was also like I would go to school, but then I would work after, because I had to work with my parents. So that was like elementary school, middle school, and high school. So I had no time to focus on like tests or like studying or like homework. So like then I just didn't end up going to college. So like, I don't know, I never prepped myself after that. So I was like, yeah, I didn't prep myself. And then the good thing is that I was doing really well in marketing. So I'm like, I'm gonna just keep going with this and I'm eventually find a good career. So.
And that's basically what happened.
Yeah, and it's basically what happened.
I mean, that's cool, because I think that's like an experience a lot of people go through, who are like, who come here from Mexico. They're like, they're just like, I'm gonna just go to school and then I'm gonna just work like either a blue collar job or I'm gonna do something else.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's another thing. Like, the system's broken, you know?
Like the system, or you mean like the...
I mean, like the
education system?
Not the education system. I think, like, the thought process behind, like, the Mexican immigrants, like, the parents, being like, just go to school and work. I feel like it should be go to school and then go to college and find a good career, you know?
Yeah, I get you.
But even if it's not something... Even if it's like, if you're just going to college for a simple degree, I think it's still good to have.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure. Do you ever think about going back? Or
yeah, I do want to go back.
Yeah.
I want to go back like in a year, but I'll just like major in like marketing or
like
business.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because I still want to go back. Like I feel like I have potential to like become like a professor, because that's like my goal too. I've always wanted to be a teacher. So just like be a professor for social media at like a good school.
Damn, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Wow.
But you know, life is a journey, you know? So
yeah, go ahead. Spit something deep right now.
Yeah, life is a journey. And like, I think it doesn't matter what age you go back to school, like college. Yeah. You can go back anytime. You can switch your career anytime.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool because I feel like a lot of people always feel very discouraged, especially when they're getting older and they're like, I'm too old. I'll be the oldest in the class. But it's like, there's never like an age limit to a lot of things that you want to do, especially if it's your dream to become something. So you'll eventually be Professor Dani Cazz.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, fuck people who make you feel like shameful for being older in college. Because I mean, I want to go back to college. Even I graduated college, but I still want to go back. Just I don't know. I like school. I think it's nerdy, but I like school.
And I never liked school.
No,
like, I couldn't. Like I just couldn't. Like I don't know. I would just like be the type to like. Well, like I said, like I just go to work right after with my parents. So it's like I never really got to focus or like be a student. Like I always had something in mind. I was like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta clock in. I was like, gotta clock in, guys.
For sure, though. I think that's like when you're saying like the system's broken. I do think that there's a lot of kids who grow up like that, you know, that aren't accounted for. Like I don't think. I mean, I don't think a lot of teachers really take that into consideration. That some of these kids like have to go home and help their parents, you know, and that they don't really have a choice. And it's not, of course, I'm sure your parents are like, you know, if we could, like, you know, but you know, they need help and stuff like that.
How to pay the bills.
It just sucks because it's like, well, now that I'm thinking about it on everything, it's like when teachers especially make you do like a lot of homework. And it's like, but you don't have in mind that sometimes some kids don't even have time or don't have internet or don't have laptops.
There was that. Like I didn't have internet. I had to do my homework from the car because we would be like, I don't know if you guys ever seen like the kids that would like, or like the parents that are like selling tamales in like a Walmart parking lot, you know? So we would sell like empanadas and tacos in like the corners or like the parking lots and stuff.
Really?
So like I would have to do like my homework in the car, but there would be we couldn't use the light in our car because then the battery would die. So we would just like do it in the car, use some flash, or we just turned it like crumbled because we had our backpack in the car. Oh my God, it was so bad. But like it was a learning
props
lesson.
To you. Props to you, dude.
Or like
that's
I
hard.
would sleep in class too, or like my brothers too. We'd be like, we're so tired. Like we would tell my mom like we're sleeping in class, and she's like, no, like why are you getting bad grades? And I'm like, girl, I'm sleeping in class and I gotta do my homework in the car. Or I had to do it like super late night, like 8, but then I had to wake up like 7.
That's so sad. Did your teacher hate you because like they thought you were like lazy or something, and the whole time you have like a valid excuse?
I was just like the class clown. Like
I can see it.
Like I wouldn't focus at all, and I wouldn't do my homework, and I would fail all my tests. But like the teachers liked me, you know. Yeah, but like they would be like, Dani, like why aren't you turning in your homework? And I'd be like, just give me one more day. Just give me one more day. And then I just copy off my friends. That's pretty much what I did all of like middle school, high school, elementary school.
That's crazy.
Just copying off my friends.
That sounds so rough, but you talk about it so like lightly. Like I feel like for some people that'd be like such a hard thing to even open up about.
Yeah, I just feel like people shouldn't be ashamed. Like I would say to like any like teenager or like preteen that's helping their parents out in the streets, like props to you. Like a lot of people don't even want to work. Like there's bums out there, you know. Like you're waking up and like helping your parents is a lot.
Yeah,
you know?
And still going to school.
It helps them out a lot. And trust me, your parents don't want you to help them. Like I know my mom did not want us to help her, but like, or my dad, but they just needed the help. They couldn't hire someone else, you know. So. And they would like pay us with food, so
it's something to be proud of, right?
Yeah, I think that's just very like
beauty in the struggle, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of beauty in it because like it's also just the story of a lot of people that live here in the United States. Yeah, because there's a lot of immigrants here, and like I think that's a very telling story of like. It's not that we're lazy. It's just like there's a struggle. There's a struggle here, and it's the same with what you say. Like the system is kind of broken, where it doesn't help or provide for people or take into account about people are struggling and like especially as students. Like there's stuff going on at home. Like they don't have internet. They don't have access to a lot of these things. And it's like, where's the help that the school system is providing for these kids to be like, oh, we'll give you a laptop, or you can come to the library, or something, you know, to provide for them. So I think that's just like a huge issue that is currently going on as well.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's, well, because you're not the first person that has told me that, or that I've seen or that I've interacted with.
Because it's also like, it's not your fault. You know?
That had
a
child.
I think when I was one, so like.
No, for sure. And I think like kind of like what Julie's saying is, I don't know. I don't think the schools really account for that. Yeah. Like, you know, I think it's easy for like teachers. And I'm not trying to like shit talk teachers really either. You know,
because they also go through.
Yeah. Like, you know, I think just the school system in general, like, you know, they don't take that.
Danny's right. The system is broken.
Yeah. They don't take that into account. Like, it's easy to look at the kids and be like, well, this kid has a higher test score and this kid doesn't. Like, they're clearly not putting in the work, or this kid's turning in their projects and shit on time, and this kid just doesn't want to work or doesn't want to do that. But in reality, you're actually working. Like, you're working a job, you know?
I couldn't actually, like, be a kid. Like, I would, like, what's it called? I would just, like, stress about, like, oh, are we going to have food tonight? Yeah. Are we going to pay the rent? You know? Like, let's make these empanadas quick so we can go sell them, you know? So my struggle was just getting money. Yeah. For like, us getting money, you know? And then a regular kid is like, oh, I'm going to go to school and I'm stressing about a test. Yeah, I stress about everything, you know. Yeah, so, yeah, because it's a lesson.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say, like, how can by comparison, like, stressing about a test is nothing when you're just stressing about like staying alive.
Yeah, like eating, putting food on the table.
Yeah, because I remember I had a really good friend in high school. I was about to say his name, but I actually won't say his name. Yeah, but I remember, he always was like super smart kid. And but he would go sell tacos with his family like out on the street, and I remember seeing on like his Instagram, he'd be like 2 a.m. and he's at this like party, and he's
I'm like, yep.
And he's like, dude, like I'm starving, but like he's like, we're not gonna eat our own food because obviously it's for the party. Yeah. And I was like, dude, like that's so sad. Like I remember we were seniors already, and I was like, damn, bro, we were in college and he was still doing it. And it's like that's hard, dude. I feel for people like you and anybody else who's like that. I remember even in college, I had this teacher. First day, he told us that this class is very heavy in using your laptop. If you don't have a laptop, you should probably drop out and change classes.
No way! I didn't own my first laptop till like the end of senior year. I'm like, really? I'm like, damn! I was dropped out. I'm like,
no, for sure. Like that, like how that teacher said that. That's crazy because like they're not taking into account. Like, man, what a privilege it is to be able to own a laptop, you know? Yeah. But I'm really glad, and I think it's cool that you're very proud of it, because I don't think it's anything to be ashamed about, you know? Yeah. I think the only people who should be ashamed is the people who run the system.
Yeah. Honestly, I would say, like, it was just, like, it was, like, what's it called? Sorry, I'm just, like, backtracking. No, you're good. It was, like, a lot because, well, not a lot. I would just say it was, like, learning a lot about the system, like permits, you know, like they would be like, oh, if you want to sell out in the street, well, you need a permit. And it'd be like, okay, well, we can't get a permit because we don't, our status, you know? Yeah. So they'd be like, all right, then get the fuck out. And we'd be like, damn. So they would like confiscate our stuff. Like, there would be, it's kind of funny, like to me and my brothers, like, it's kind of like an inside joke. Would be like, oh, la ciudad. Yeah. That would be like the people that would come and like confiscate your stuff. But we would make it like a joke because we were kids. We're like, that's coming, you know? But we would like pretend. And my parents be like, are you kidding? We're like, we are. But like usually like, let's say like there was a line of us, like street vendors. It would be like 5 street vendors on our left side would be like the hot dogs, the churros, the champurrados on that side. And then it was us. And so, like, the hot dog person, they would let us know when La Ciudad would come. Yeah. They'd be like, oh, La Ciudad. And they would be like, La Ciudad. So we would all tell each other, and we'd pack our stuff up. And we'd like, dude, we'd be like packing our stuff, like our tacos, our table, like quick, put it in the cart and leave. Because if we didn't on time, like, sometimes they would like come in like 10 cars, like, shoom, like right away. Like, they would like plan it out. They would just plan it out, and we'd be like stuck. Like we didn't know what to do. We'd be like, oh my gosh, you know? We'd be like, ah. So like there's one time like they went like that, like shoo, you know, they kind of like planted on us. They were like, hands up. But thankfully my mom, she grabbed my hand. She's like, vámonos. So we ran, and my sorry, why am I crying about this?
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're chilling. No, it's okay.
Wait, I don't want.
It's okay.
I don't want you guys to look at me crying.
No,
It's
it's
okay.
okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay.
We can always cut this out if it's too much.
It's okay.
I ugly cry. Hold up.
No, it's okay.
It's
dude,
okay.
you're
It's
good,
okay.
you're good.
Oh,
Do you guys have napkins?
Yeah, we do. Yeah. I got you. No, I got it.
I don't want to cry. Why am I crying?
It's okay. It's
No,
okay.
it's
No worries.
cool.
No, you're chilling. You're chilling.
I usually talk about the story and it's like fine, but why am I crying about it right now?
It's okay. Everybody, people get emotional on the show all the time.
You
Yeah.
guys are too embarrassed.
What's that?
where what?
I was just talking too much about it.
Oh, no.
Very
worries.
good.
Too deep into it. Sorry, guys.
No worries. No worries.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. It's not a big deal at all.
Trust me, people have gotten emotional on the on the show before. We've literally all cried on the
Yeah.
I've cried on the show.
Yeah, we've all cried on the show.
I
Yeah.
cry all the time.
It's like
Julie
no.
I cry all the time.
Yeah, you don't have to be embarrassed. We can change topic. We can change topics if you'd like.
I don't cry in front of people.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay, we do.
We could take a break if you want to take a.
The kitty's, she's like, who needs me?
Do you want to take a quick break? We could take a break.
Girl. Okay, where did I leave off? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, my mom grabbed my hand and she's like, vámonos. And then my brother stayed there. And then that's when they pulled out the gun in front of my brothers. They were like, so they dropped all their stuff. And then they ended up just confiscating all our stuff. So then that's another thing that happens pretty often where they like confiscate like your tables and your food. So then you got to start from like square one again. Like, just imagine like getting a whole hot dog stand again. That costs like $300, $400. Or like for us, we would have to buy our table again, and we would have to buy the tacos and the basket again. So yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
So they would confiscate it, and then we'd lose all our profit because sometimes they would confiscate your money too.
Damn, really?
Yeah, we'd be like, but you know, like
That's
stuff
crazy.
like that happens.
Yeah.
Or like there's times where like even it'd be your own people, like they would come and like steal your food. They wouldn't pay us. They would just be like, all right, thanks, and they would leave. We'd be like,
Really?
yeah,
That's
they would
fucked
just
up.
like come up to us, be like, oh, a cuánto, and be like, oh, 5 por 3, and then they would get it, and then be like, okay, gracias, and then be like, wait, tienes que pagar, and they just would leave. And
That's
we'd be like,
Really?
or like when we would sell empanadas too, we would give them the empanadas. Over like this one time, we gave someone empanadas, and they pretended to take out the money, and they just ran. I'm like, bro, we took all night making them empanadas. Like, what the fuck? And also like once like my brother, he's talked about it before, where he was like in the corner selling tacos. And my brother, because I have two brothers, so the older brother, he went to the restroom real quick while the other one stayed. And then some like cholito, he was there, and then he like pointed a gun at my brother. And he's like, "Give me all your money." And he's like, "Fuck." So like he pulled out the money and he's like, "Here," but he was smart because he had like the $100 bills on one side, and then he had all the like 5s and 1s on this side.
Damn.
So he got smart with it, but. That's about it. Like,
No,
stuff like that happens, especially, like, you're out in the streets of L.A., bad. So, like, we would sell by the Staples Center. So, the homeless people, like, they would always be, like, cracked out, like, you know?
Yeah, that's scary.
And then just trying to, like, move things. And, well, they would never, like, touch our stuff, but my mom would be like, oh, pa atrás, she'd be like, oh, hazte más pa atrás, or métanse al carro, porque... Está loquillo. So they would just go in the car. So that would happen. But it's just like what comes with like selling out in the street. Like you just meet a lot of crazy people, or like crazy things happen that a lot of people don't talk about because they're scared to talk about it. But I think they're way easier on the street vendors now compared to
when you were a kid.
Yeah, compared to like 2014, 2015. Yeah, like compared to like a couple years back when we used to sell. I feel like they were more aggressive with us because they would like throw our stuff on the ground or like throw it in the back of their truck. But like they just do it so like they would just be so rude, and we'd be like, you could just tell us to leave, you know?
Yeah.
But now that like when I go to like concerts at the Staples Center or like any kind of concert here in LA, they're able to like actually sell the food in the parking lot. They used to not let us. They used to like be like, oh, if you guys want to sell your tacos here, you have to go cross the street. And it'd be like, well, we would get less clients, you know. But now I see that they're a little bit more lenient with them, which is really good.
No, yeah, there's been like an explosion of like street vendors now. I think they even like the permit for like street vending or whatever it is you have to get. It went from like $100, $100 something to like $21 or something. Yeah. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. But for sure, it's so much more easier to sell food on the street.
I think the city, is going way easier on like street vendors.
The city was not easy on us. That's what we would say, let's do that, you know? And then we just run.
Because like it is for sure dangerous. I think it's just like the city because like my dad, just like a couple years back, do you remember this? My dad does smog checks. So some guy's smog check had failed. And he was all mad. He's like, how did it fail? I was like, bro, it's just your car. Like, it's not like my dad did anything. Yeah. And then he left, and then my dad was smogging like another car, and this guy came and he pulled him out of the car, and they beat up my dad. Do you remember that?
What?
Yeah.
What and the hell? Why?
Yeah, just because his car fucking failed. Yeah, and literally it wasn't even his fault. And my dad fought back. Obviously, he broke his phone because they ran into the car and then they left. And while they were leaving, my dad tried to like throw something, and he only had his phone. So he threw his phone at them. Yeah, and then it shattered. And it broke.
He had a busted lip the whole time.
No.
Yeah, dude. So I feel that like it is dangerous for sure. And I work with my dad now, so I'm always like scared. Like I was just telling this guy I haven't told you on this past week. This guy showed up and he offered me Coke, and then he was doing Coke like while I was doing his car.
I would be like, what? I was like, what the hell?
He brought out like the little bolsita. I was like, damn. He was talking to me. He had it all over his nostril and like his face. Damn. It was crazy. I was like, damn. He told me he had just gotten out of prison.
Damn. Yeah. Bro, why do they always say that? Like, I just got out of prison. I'm like, bro, because
they just got out of prison.
Like, I don't want to know. Like,
it's because they don't know anybody. They're like, you're trying to kick it, like, you're trying to hang out.
You're trying to make friends.
He's trying to make friends. Yeah. He's like, I don't have any homies. It's been locked up for 10 years.
That's why I think like stories like yours and your dad's are like really powerful, because I feel like it goes to show, I don't know, just the heart, the hustle, like how like, I don't know, the immigrants that the Latino community is. You know, they're just good people trying to survive.
We're just trying to work.
Trying to work and survive, trying to make an honest living, you know. And I think, I won't go too much into it, but I think that they obviously get such a horrible rap, you know, like that they're stealing jobs, and that's not true.
I'm like, please, no one wants to actually sell at
night.
You know, I mean, there are people that do, but you don't actually want to be in the streets with crackheads with your kids in the car.
Yeah.
You know,
like there's shit like that where it's like, people talking like that, like there's white people doing that, you know, like you know that, oh my god, like I was gonna do that. Like, no, you weren't, bro.
No, you
like,
weren't.
You know, that's
like when they talk about like job stealing.
Yeah,
and shit.
You know. So it's
I was gonna pick the strawberries. Like, no, you weren't.
We're
not. Like,
yeah.
Like,
I think
we don't even want to do that.
Yeah.
I just think stories like that are powerful because I feel like street vendors also don't get a lot of like their flowers either, of the hard work that they are putting out, and the conditions and the risk that they're putting themselves at. Like, compared to you, it was worse back then because it was the city, right? The city was the one who was more like mean towards y'all and like doing all these things. But now currently, like, street vendors get attacked by just regular people now.
Sure.
I've been seeing that. I'm like,
no,
like
you were saying, like, I won't say their name, but I know somebody who has a family taco business, and this person wanted to cut the line. And they're like, no, you can't cut the line. So they drove their truck into the taco stand, you know? Like, that shit's dangerous. Like, you know, like, you don't think about shit like that.
You meet some crazy
or like people don't know that, like, you know, a lot of the streets are dangerous, you know? And sometimes you get gangbangers who be like, nah, you got to pay rent if you want to.
If you want to be here,
you know. So if it's not the city, like you said, or it's not the cops harassing you, it's the locals being like, nah, you got to pay rent, or they're not gonna pay you, or I'm gonna back my truck into your taco stand. And I don't know, like you said, like a whole new hot dog stand. That doesn't just appear out of the blue, you know.
Yeah.
Like, people have to make real investments into this equipment, you know, and it's a huge risk.
Yeah.
They can get confiscated.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, it's very important to be aware that there's other things than just them trying to take up the space that's there. Yeah. Like, there's genuinely things that they're doing.
It's also like, I think a lot of people, when people say like, oh, they're taking jobs, it's like, that wasn't a job. That wasn't like you go on Indeed and you apply to that. They make their own job.
Yeah.
You know, like, cause like, so I don't understand when people are like, oh, well, they're taking, my work. It's like, bro, then get out there and do that. They did that themselves. They put in their own money. They invested. They're out there hustling at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, on these dangerous streets. Like, you go do that then if that's really how you feel,
I always feel, especially I always feel for them. Like every time I see somebody selling like flowers, I always feel bad because I'm like, I don't have cash. Like I wish I could buy like stuff off of you. Yeah.
I always have like cash with me because I'm like, I'm always gonna like, I know I'm gonna like want to tip someone, even if I don't buy even $1 or some quarters.
Yeah.
I always have a cash on me too because I'm like, I'll never know when I'll be like at a street vendor or have a hot dog because I love the street hot dogs.
Yeah.
That shit is bomb.
But it's cool because like, for the most part, like if it's Mother's Day or anything, where I'm like, I'm gonna go to the guy that I know is gonna be out there.
I'm not gonna go to Target or Trader Joe's.
I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, because I don't know. I really like because I think for them it does make their day of like oh like I finally and it's what they're doing.
It's their busy. It's their busy season as well. So
yeah. But yeah, I mean support your street vendors, y'all, and protect them as well, because like if y'all see something, help them out, because like it's a dangerous place out there.
Yeah,
also, I would say like I think you mentioned like the conditions you work in. Like for us, for example, we would have to work like we would work all year round. So like summertime it was hot. It was so hot. So we couldn't sometimes like. We couldn't afford an umbrella because it would get confiscated. So, like, we couldn't afford another umbrella. So, we would, like, come home, like, burnt. Or, like, sometimes it was so cold outside. Like, during this time, like, December, January, February, super, super cold. So, we would just have to, like, double layer. And it was, like, freezing cold in the car. We couldn't turn on the heater either because the battery would turn off.
Yeah.
So, honestly, I would say do spend your money on the street vendors. Because it does help them out a lot. On like, for example, how can I say it? Like, for us, like, if we sell faster, we can go home faster. So I would say, like, if you see a street vendor, like, call up your mom, being like, oh, do you want tacos? Or call your tia, like, anyone you know of, like, get as much food as you can from them, or flowers, or recommend them so they can go home earlier.
Especially when you see them like on holidays, like. Some people are out there like on Thanksgiving, Christmas. It means the world. And I get it because some people selfishly would be like, I don't want to spend that money. And it's like, I've always been under the impression that I think that you spending an extra maybe $5-10 in a week or two, if you're lucky and privileged, you'll probably forget about that. But for people who are vending, that means the world. That makes like their day. Some people might make their week. So I agree with that message of like, support street vendors. I also, before we move on to some of our topics for the show, I just want to thank you for sharing everything that you've said. I think it was,
crying.
I think it's extremely powerful. And I think that like, I appreciate that you felt comfortable enough to share that story, not only with us, but like our audience. Cause like, this is literally everything that we built this show on. Like, what you say and everything that you were saying and all the emotions that you felt, like that's who we fight for, that's who we advocate for. So I just want to say thank you, because I not only do I think it's cool that you shared that, I also think that your experience, I commend you, because I don't think everybody has that type of courage to live through it and then talk about it. So I just wanted to give you a shout out before we move on.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for trusting us.
You guys are literally like, you guys stand up for the people that can't actually speak out, like. For example, me, I can't really speak out about what I feel like because of, status reasons. So you guys are the people that actually do help us,
Yeah, of course.
So thank you.
And now you're one of them too.
Now
you're one of them too. Everything you said, it means like the world to not only me, but to everybody else. I'm sure to Brandon and Julie.
For sure. I think for a lot of people, I just don't think there's often a lot of opportunities for people who grew up with your experience to really be humanized. Like I think everybody talks about them in a certain light, or they don't have the opportunity to really be like because I think a lot of people would I don't know how to explain it, but I think people have this image of what people who come from that background look like.
We're uneducated, we don't know anything, But for example, like my dad would always be like, don't be ashamed that you're selling tacos in the street. Like you're also a student, you're my daughter, you're more than just a girl that's selling tacos on the street.
And it's also like, even before we met, I had seen some of your content.
Really?
So it was a mind blow. But I think that's very powerful because I think a lot of people, like your fans or the people who will follow you, probably scroll through your content or like think you're really funny or really enjoy you, and they don't even realize that that's your background.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I was saying, people have this idea of what, you know, that kind of background leads to. There's tons of people with that kind of background. You would never know it because you never give them the opportunity to speak or to advocate for themselves. So like Steve was saying, like, thank you for trusting us. It means a lot to us. And I know a lot of people out there are going to be like, oh, shit, like, that's really cool. So,
yeah, dude.
So, yeah, that's really powerful stuff.
Because it's so crazy because it got so deep because I felt like you starting off with that you didn't go to college and talking about the school.
Yeah, I was like actually?
Yeah, I was like, I think people hear that and like you said, they already have that perception of like,
I was like, oh, like, you didn't go to school? I'm like,
yeah. Because you know how there was this whole like on TikTok, there was this whole thing. I forgot her name is Juju, I think.
Yeah.
And how she didn't go to school and people were talking shit about her.
Yeah.
I think people could easily attribute that like sort of mentality towards you, and they're like, oh, she's on education and go to school. She's clearly just lazy or all this stuff. But then you really opened up to us and you told us like your reality. That's a reality for a lot of kids who have your background and are from our community. And I think that's so powerful because it's like, it's not that fucking easy. Obviously you have more important shit to do than do homework.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
yeah, because all you're trying to do is survive.
Yep.
Yeah. So
survival mode.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. Like Steve was saying, like, it shouldn't be this way. Like I think education is a right.
Yeah.
But the way things stands, it's not. It's a privilege, and people don't really understand that. I don't know why people get so offended when you say like, "Oh, it's a privilege to be educated." It is, unfortunately, you know. And I like Steve was saying, I think people have this preconceived notion of like, you didn't go to college, but it's like, chill out, man. Like let's hear the story. Like everybody you talk to has a reason for why they are where they are.
Yeah.
And you have no idea like what it took to get there, because I look at your content and I hear about your story, and I think, like you said, like you're a success story. Like you made it into corporate, like you were on My Dream Quince, like you did a lot, and I'm like, that took a lot of grind, took a lot of hustle, took a lot of courage and bravery.
A lot of learning.
Learning too.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's people who did go to college and they haven't even done like 1% of that, you know. So again, I commend you, all your flowers, you know, all the power to
flowers,
you.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course.
And then just one more thing. Yes. That street vendors are not just street vendors. You know, they have a background. They're actually, some of them are actually really, I mean, a lot of them, majority of them have other backgrounds, you know. They probably were dentists or doctors back in their hometown, but this is what they have to do for a better life for their family. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they're not just street vendors. They're their fathers,
respect
their sons, their daughters.
Because maybe they're doctors from Mexico, and you don't know that, but they came here for a better life. And no one here would disrespect a doctor, right? You just wouldn't do that. So just like treat everyone equally.
No, yeah, you're right. Because I had a friend who their mom was a nurse in Guatemala, but when they came over here to the United States, none of the credits transferred. So instead, they just became front desk at a school. And it's like, I think that's so sad because it's like they went to school in their hometown, like
they build
in their
up
country.
their status and everything.
And they come here and they do this just for like an ignorant asshole to be like, oh, they're just uneducated or they didn't try hard enough. It's like, that's not true. It's just circumstance.
And that goes to show you, because like all the things people say, it's like, oh, people just come here for handouts. It's like, bro, I haven't heard a single person ever talk about anything that sounded like a handout. You know, people put, like you said, people put their lives on the line, you know, for that kind of thing. It shouldn't be that way, but it's unfortunate that is that way. But
don't judge people.
Support our street vendors, protect our street venders, you know.
Shout out to street vendors, anybody who's out there.
They're awesome people.
Shout out
to the kids who are trying.
Just trying to get to college.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
For sure.
You're not alone. Okay, you're not alone.
But our first topic for our fourth topic.
Well, that was our introduction to Dani.
Our
fans
so guys,
this
is Dani. This is Dani. She's pretty cool, as you can see.
Check her out.
She's funny. But the first one we're gonna talk about is another one of the women in our community, Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
So you guys actually don't know Selena Gomez.
Not that one.
I actually don't know. So what is she?
Selena
She got in
Gomez.
trouble because she didn't know how to speak Spanish.
So
ahead.
it started with Eugenio Derbez going on a show and talking about Selena's acting in a new movie. It's a movie, right?
I don't know.
I think it's a movie.
Yeah, it's
I think it's a movie. And basically, he was kind of just criticizing, like,
he was giving her feedback.
yeah, he was giving her feedback, criticizing her Spanish speaking in the movie, and how it just sounded really bad. And basically, it just went down with, like, you know, you can't. They eventually kept saying stuff of more like, oh, you can't say anything because then her fans come and like they start attacking you, which essentially they kind of did.
That's what happened.
Which is what ended up happening. And then Selena Gomez did respond and was like, I'm sorry that I couldn't do it in just a short amount of time, but that doesn't take away from like the heart or the work that I put into the movie. So yeah, and then Eugenio Derbez ended up apologizing for what he said.
Oh, really? He shouldn't have apologized.
Yeah. But anyways, so he ended up apologizing. That all happened, and now there's this big uproar within it because everybody's like, he shouldn't have apologized. I think he was right in doing what he was doing because it should be, you know, like actors kind of, you know, telling each other kind of feedback, like, hey, like there's this and that, and you know, people are attacking Selena Gomez because they're like, she's not a great actor either. And
but then she clapped back with getting engaged, huh?
Yeah, she clapped back to that guy.
She's like, cover it.
She said, "Where's your
Where's your ring?"
No, I mean,
there's
first of all, I want to say I watched the
break it down for me.
Eugenio Derbez like interview, and I don't think he was being mean.
I think it's
It
feedback.
was like constructive criticism. I felt like he was being pretty respectful. Like he was saying, like, because I think people were saying her acting was bad, right? And he was saying like, well, it's because her Spanish isn't good, so she can't like emote. Like she doesn't. She obviously doesn't speak Spanish, right? And whatever.
For sure.
And she responded directly to wherever that video was posted. Like she left a comment where she said like, I see where you're coming from. Like, I'm sorry. And then she said what Julyssa, where it's like, I did the best I could with the time I was given, you know? And I will say that in the comments when people talk about it, her fans are going off about it because they're being like, as someone who's fluent in Spanish, I understood everything she said perfectly. So that's all the shit that I've seen of people really defending.
And then and then there's like, you know, the No Sabo kids coming out and being like, oh, you guys are being fucked up or whatever. But then there's the other side that they're like, but a No Sabo kid wouldn't talk like that either. Like a No Sabo kid knows a little more how to like do their accent. Like they sound way better than what Selena Gomez sounds like. And so there's just a lot coming into this.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess here's my take on it. I feel like when it comes to speaking Spanish and like the No Sabo kids, because we've talked about that, right? I think across the board, no matter what, you are not any more or less Latino or Mexican or wherever you're from because of the language you speak. I feel like if you don't speak Spanish, I don't think that makes you any more or less, you know, what you are, you know, what your background is. Like, I don't think that invalidates or validates who you are, you know? So to me, if anybody is out there being like, oh, Selena Gomez isn't a real Mexican or she's not a real Latina, I think that's fucked up. Like, don't say that. Like, she's still very much a Latina, right? But I do think that this is a different kind of case because I personally don't think people are calling her that. I think they're just calling out the fact that, like, she just doesn't speak Spanish and the role was somebody who's, like, an authentic Mexican Spanish speaker. Like, I saw some of the clips and the character's supposed to be Spanish as her first language in the show or movie. And because that's her dialogue where she's like, like, let me say it in English, you know, that's her thing. So I think that where if there is criticism is where it shall lie, where it's like she kind of took the part of somebody who probably does, because that was the role, you know, who of somebody who's native to Mexico or a Mexican citizen, you know.
Well, my issue with it is that, like, how long have you been doing acting or been in the career, and how have you not gotten somebody to teach you, like, if you're especially going to be taking on these roles? Like, I just feel like you have resources. Like, there's like she's a billionaire. Know, right? She's a fucking billionaire.
Oh, she is, right?
Yeah, she's a billionaire. Damn. And it's like, how can you not hire somebody? And I was watching a video where somebody's like, there's actors and actresses who are generally more dedicated to all these roles, and you can't even do that. Like, you can legit afford to get yourself a dialect person. Yeah. And how is it that you, a billionaire, can't do that? Like, how? Because it's like, I think, because I think that's my issue with it more, is that there's people who genuinely care more about acting and being these types of characters. And it seems like the way she worded even the comment was like, oh, I only got a short amount of time. Which is like, okay, but within that short amount of time, you could still try to prep yourself. And she said that she put a lot of hard work and heart into it. It doesn't seem like she did, because if she really cared about the role, she would have gotten somebody to actually teach her how to speak Spanish.
Or she would have turned it down.
Yeah, or she would have said no.
Because I feel like she should have been like, honestly, like, I don't speak Spanish like that.
Yeah, and I feel like it just takes away from somebody who could have actually taken the role.
But I do think
you said everything else.
Yeah, I do think that's valid. But I also feel like whoever casted her like is also equally, if not more.
Well, yeah, I heard the director is also Italian or something.
Yeah,
so he didn't even know Spanish.
I know she's getting a lot of shit. And whatever, you know, like that. I completely agree with your take. But I do think whoever's in charge of like casting that movie, the studio, should be getting equally, if not more. Yeah. I think they're the ones who are more, because it's like, come on, man. You'd rather like kind of ruin the movie where like the character is supposed to be this fluent Spanish speaker, and you're like, whatever, like nobody will notice. Like, just get Selena Gomez.
I think that's the other.
Her name's Selena.
Gomez. Like, come on.
I think that was the other part, is that they wanted her because she's huge. You know,
she's just famous.
And I think the other part is just like, I don't know if that's true about the director. I've heard that they say that director is like Italian or something, that he's not even Mexican or anything, so he doesn't even speak Spanish. And I just think that him doing that really takes away from the actual authentic like Latino like actresses and actors, because I'm like, you're really getting somebody who doesn't even speak Spanish. You're directing this whole film that's based on like that they should, so you're really just taking like this whole image away from like, either if she was playing a Mexican American like character, or if she was just playing like a Mexican character, you're just taking away from like all that experience for that. You know, you're putting Latinos in this light that this is not how they actually are, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's the other bad part that I was like mad about with like the whole director thing, because I'm like, you're really just casting people, and it's just creating this shitty movie, which is taking away from people's opportunities to be like, oh, give them a chance to, you know, act and do these things.
I guess for me, I'm just like I said, I mean, I think it's valid to be upset at Selena Gomez. But for me, I'm kind of like, I'm more mad at the dude. Like, I'm more mad at the director.
The French.
Because to me, I'm like, bro, tell a French story. You know, like, make her like a French mafia boss or some shit. You know, like, I think it's more just like the presumption of like, nobody will notice. She sounds Mexican to me. Like, she sounds, you know.
He probably was straight up like Mexican actresses, and the first one that came up was Selena Gomez.
Gomez.
You know, I feel like that's just, I don't know. It's just very, because I know that's probably what he was. Like, I mean, her Spanish sounds good to me. Like, she sounds like an authentic Mexican woman to me.
Well, I think that's also very showing of like, you know how you were like, he probably just Googled. Yeah. And it's like, there's not that many Latino, you know, like actors or actresses like
just ChatGPT
up there, you know? Like, and I think that's also just very telling of like even our their own like sources.
I'm not saying this in the way that a lot of people try to say it. Is Selena Gomez, is she like, was she born in Mexico? Like, has she?
No, she was born in Texas.
Oh,
Texas.
Well,
girl.
so then
she's a third generation.
So
like,
she's third generation.
Yeah, and she's her dad.
All right, rap.
she's Latina with Mexican heritage.
Yeah, she's Mexican descent. Yeah, her mom though.
See,
her dad's Italian.
Oh, damn. Bro, why are we even talking about this?
You know what? I don't even want to get canceled.
That's why I said like the distinction is important. Where it's like, I'm not questioning her Latina-ness.
Yeah, that's not
like
it.
That's not what we're doing. But I do think it's important because Mexico is a nationality. It's not a race. Mexico is a nationality. I know, hot take apparently. Where I would have liked to have seen like a Mexican actress, who's native to Mexico, who is a Mexican citizen, who grew up in Mexico. Because I think Denzel Washington made a good point. It's not color, it's culture. You know, there's a lot of things about Mexico that are, cultural. That like even people who have been to Mexico, right, or have direct, their parents are citizens of Mexico. There's still a big difference between, living and growing up there than versus living it and growing here. And that's not to say that it's bad, but there's a difference, And so that's why I think more people are upset because she is such a big figure. It's like if Beyonce took a role that from like an actress who really deserved it or something like that. She probably has, right? But anyways,
we'll get into Beyonce later.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
It's like that language barrier, like she really, how can I say it? Like, I think, what's his name? Eugenio
Derbez.
Oh, so him, I'm not going to say it because I'm going to pronounce it so bad. Yeah. So he said that it's like she knows Spanish, but it's like she doesn't really because she could be like, ban, but be like, ban,
Yeah.
She would just say it mad. And it's just like, that's not what ban means. Like, you're supposed to like say it the way that it's meant to be said. And people were just saying like on TikTok, like, it's like that language barrier as well, where like you don't really understand the people that speak Spanish. How can I say like, how can I say like the slang or like the way to like say it or the way to like express yourself?
No,
Where's I get going
you.
with this?
No, I get you. I get you. It's
Cut
very.
that off.
What are we talking about?
She can't be expressive.
It's very nuanced, It's like I don't know. It's just complex. It'd be like that for any language, though. Like
it's for every language.
Like if you were acting like
if you talk Chinese, like they have a way of
there's a way
themselves.
like it's very important like to know because I know that specifically with Chinese, right? Because I know that a lot of the language, forgive me if I'm wrong, is the way you say it. It means different things, and that's Spanish too. A lot of the way you say things has an entirely different meaning.
Contextual.
Yeah, it's contextual, and I know it's a very layered topic because in our community.
I went to college.
In our community, I know in our community it's a very like hot topic, I guess, because of the No Sabo kids. But like I said, we're not really that's a completely different thing. We're not talking about that. But I do think what they thought was happening is, whoa, Selena Gomez, she's playing a cartel boss, like. That shit's probably crazy, Like, that shit's probably crazy.
She probably goes on.
It'd be like I said, it'd be like if
you see it and you're like, what did she say? Yeah.
But you're sitting there and it's like, damn, like you really thought that was all it was? Like, I mean, she's Mexican, right? Like that's all it takes, Like, so
that's so sad, yeah.
Yeah, so I get why people are upset, and
not to like sound weird, like and say like there's real Mexicans out there. But there is real Mexicans out there.
It's a nuanced conversation. It's just funny because we, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
It just sucked for Eugenio Derbez. He got a lot of hate.
Nah,
but I don't know about him.
He's a legend,
national treasure, bro.
He's donkey.
He's Mexican donkey. Yeah.
He's Mexican donkey.
No.
But I don't know. I don't know if there's more to him, but
we saw him once.
Oh yeah, we did.
We saw
him. You guys did?
We met him.
We met him.
No,
we were too shy to say hi.
No. Because we went to like this movie premiere and we were doing interviews and we were like, we're gonna get Eugenio. But the second he pulled up, he got swarmed.
Damn.
So we were like close to him. We were like maybe where the TV is over there.
You're like maybe like you see that house over there.
I sensed his aura was over there. Yeah,
weird. He could feel us. He probably saw us. He probably looked around and
he
saw
was
us.
like, I feel like I recognize those guys.
Yeah.
There's something cool about them.
Yeah, something chido.
Yeah. Anyways, did somebody mention Beyonce?
No, not yet.
I'm like, Beyonce.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think about her engagement to Dani Blanco? Is his name?
Benny Blanco.
I mean, as long as he like fixes his toes, like I'm fine with it, girl.
His toes?
He's a nasty guy.
Have you guys not seen his toes?
I'm gonna look up.
I
heard he's a controversial guy.
Well, I know he offended the Filipino community.
Yeah, when he said Jubilee.
He said Jubilee was trash.
Jollibee.
Why did he say Jubilee?
I don't know.
Jubilee's the like when they debate.
Oh yeah, he said Jollibee was trash and nothing special.
Yeah, he has no taste then.
He said it tasted like throw up, or it smells like throw up.
He said that? Damn, I didn't know
he has no taste, bro. That's crazy. Jollibee's bomb. Have you ever had Jollibee? Jollibee's bomb.
Somebody,
no
it's fried chicken. It's Filipino.
Somebody had said, I think there was, I don't know if it was actually Gordon Ramsay's like account, but somebody posted a screenshot that he responded, and he was like
tripping.
He was like, well, it's not the looks, it must be his cooking then.
Do you guys think looks matter?
I mean,
I
don't think so, but I don't know if she's ugly.
I feel like it's because like for me personally, like from the things that I've seen, I just feel like it's like his personality doesn't seem that great. So what is it that she likes about him? Because it can't be his looks.
I just think that if he's apparently this weird problematic guy, it just probably means that she's also probably this weird. I think
based that was my own personal. That's
I think based on like what he talked about with the Jollibee and the Filipino community, and then how she kind of engaged with the Mexican community. They seem not that different. If I'm being honest,
they're made for each other.
You know,
that's good.
You know,
good for them. Good for them.
I feel like he's famous, right? He's a producer.
He's a producer.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows?
I guess my own beef is that I just don't like that she's the representation
of Mexico.
Yeah.
Of Mexico.
Of Mexican
Americans.
Oh,
They should have got La Salma.
La Salma.
They Salma Hayek.
I don't think
because they had what's her name, Zoe
Saldana.
Yeah, and she was speaking Spanish, and her Spanish was pretty fine.
Her Spanish was pretty good, but her character, and I guess it's kind of crazy because she's like the lawyer, like right? So it's kind of like how's she outdoing you?
Yeah, I mean she gets the last laugh. She's a billionaire, and we're here talking.
She's still winning, even though she was like, even though she was getting canceled, but she still
for
came
sure.
back,
But I would like to see like more Mexican representation.
For sure.
I would.
Yeah, but authentic. Like but that's different. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
That's a good topic for the next one.
I don't know.
Wait, one more thing.
Yeah,
someone said if looks matters, what do you guys think?
I don't think so.
I don't think they matter.
I mean, it depends. I don't think you're a villain or anything if you're like, like, I don't think you're a bad person if you're like, like, I'm not really attracted to that person. I obviously think attraction is important, right? You have to be attracted to them,
I was gonna say.
But I don't think like, I don't know. I don't think it's everything. Like, you could be a beautiful person and have a horrible personality. And then I feel like for me, that makes you ugly. Because then it's like, well, you're kind of ugly. And you can be
or boring.
Or boring, yeah. Or you can be a not traditionally what's the word? Non-conventionally attractive person, right? But have an amazing personality, really deep conversations, all these things, and then all of a sudden, you know what? Actually, you're not that bad, It's like that. So I don't know.
You know what's so funny too? I've heard that. Have you ever heard of that? The non-conventionally attractive.
Yeah.
Which is like they're saying that you look good, but you're just not the standard what attraction is.
Yeah.
And so someone said it's like everybody says that online, but I remember I was called that. Someone was saying this, not me. Someone was saying this, but I remember I was called non-conventionally attractive, and all I felt like I'm ugly.
Yeah. That's the proper way to say it, right?
Yeah. No, I'm not going.
No, for sure. But I guess that's why people say it. Like when people say unalive, it's like I know what people mean, but it's like you gotta be.
You know what? I think everyone's beautiful in their own way.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the piece.
She's media trained.
Yeah. Honestly, Selena Gomez. If you're happy with him, then girl, go off. Like.
But maybe. Personally?
But me personally?
Yeah, me personally, no. But, like, maybe.
Me personally, I could never.
Yeah, but, like, if she's really happy with him, that's good. Compared to, like, how Justin Bieber would treat her, like, I'm really happy for her,
Yeah, no, I agree.
No, that's true.
She has the Bieber fever.
Justin Bieber is conventionally attractive, right?
Yeah.
But he treated her like shit, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess, right?
He cheated on her.
He cheated on her?
Yeah.
I was not up to date.
I mean, if you, like, look at her, like, fiance, like,
How?
You could kind of look like, okay, he has nice eyes.
Just close one and close the other.
Like you could look for
That's
something.
a good one. That's a good one.
I know.
This is so fucked up.
but he did a podcast where he owns it. Where the guy's
He
just like,
says he knows.
yeah. So, but
His friend was like roasting him so bad.
he's like, nah, you're ugly, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
What does he say? He's like, when I found out she was with you, I lost some respect for her.
I'm not saying this as like to be like, oh, I don't even listen to her kind of music. But like, how is she a billionaire? Like, where does she get most of her money from?
I think it's her makeup line.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know she had a makeup line.
I think her makeup
pretty
line.
good.
It is pretty good.
That's crazy. Billionaire though.
Well,
She got the last laugh over Justin Bieber.
Isn't that how Kylie got her money?
I think so.
Makeup?
Yeah, but Kylie's makeup isn't good.
But
But she's a big name.
But the point is, there's a lot of money in makeup.
Yeah.
Right? Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get on
Yeah,
that.
Selena has actually really good makeup. She, what's it called? Like the skin tones for like foundation.
Yeah.
It's pretty wide.
Oh,
It's a
I guess
wide
credit
range.
where credit's due. I
Yeah.
guess,
Oh, there you go.
Because Rihanna has a good makeup line too.
Yeah,
right?
she has a pretty wide range.
Yeah.
I heard that
range.
hers is
She
expensive.
also
no?
uses plus size models for men, which a
Mhm.
lot of companies don't.
She
do.
has a lingerie.
and her man
Oh yeah.
is
Oh.
a pretty boy.
Also,
ASAP.
Yeah, ASAP.
I would say okay. Like another thing, like yeah, we don't want Selena Gomez to like represent like Latin Americans. Is that what we said?
Mexican Americans.
Mexican Americans. But I think she does a really good job with it with Rare Beauty. Like most of the influencers she gets are just Latinas, Latinos and
Really?
Latinos. Yeah, they all like represent Rare Beauty,
That's
and
good
they're
then.
very like
They're dark skinned.
they're very like relatable on their content on like Rare Beauty TikTok
Mm-hmm.
and Instagram with the Latino community.
Well,
So
there you go.
I would like
She should do the same.
Credit where credit's
Yeah,
due.
credit
right?
is credit.
She should do the same though.
Yeah, but
yeah, she should.
She should learn
now.
from. She should learn from her own.
Ah.
But then
That's
again, she has a whole team behind her, so they know how to do that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you,
So-
do you think?
Multiple things can be true.
No disrespect. I don't mean this in any bad way. But do you think like maybe he genuinely was planning to propose and he's like, man, fuck, like you just had to get in trouble.
She's like, can you cover it up, please?
Some people.
Do you think he genuinely
Some
was
people,
about to
That's what I was
some people
thinking
were
about.
some people were over analyzing the pictures she posted, and a lot of people say that it was all a setup because they even analyzed the Taco Bell that's there.
There's a
Yeah,
Taco
I saw
Taco
the
Bell, and they're
Taco
like
Bell.
they're like their proposal's probably sponsored by Taco Bell. And then there's another picture that I guess he posted, and they're in a studio. Like you can see the background of the studio.
that's
But I don't know
crazy.
if that's photoshopped or anything. I didn't look into it. But a lot of people have been saying that it's all staged just to take away from like the shitty
Dude,
stuff.
and it actually did because I forgot about it.
She got
And I just thought
engaged.
about the
I
marriage
did kinda
stuff,
forget
right?
about it
I
too.
forgot
So
about
you,
it.
so would you guys say you think it's a media stunt?
Of course, everything that celebrities do
Yeah,
are
Yeah.
media
it's when you have
stunts.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you have teams.
I like
You have
to-
Yeah,
teams.
you have a whole PR team
I like to
behind
think
you.
just because it's funny that he genuinely was like, man, I genuinely was gonna propose. Though. Man, God
It's like,
damn it.
fuck,
Because I would be mad if I was gonna propose and then like my fiance got canceled. Now it's gonna look like I'm just doing this because you know.
But I mean, she seemed happy. I think one post she posted is she posted him and she put I won. So I was like, girl, do you?
You know,
I
yeah.
remember
That's
that.
all you. That's all you. That's you.
No,
That's,
I'm not. No
that's
one's gonna
all
take
you?
him.
That's all
Nobody
you.
wants him. Keep him.
That's all you, bro.
That's all you. That's how you
That's
go.
all you.
Yeah.
That's all you, queen.
Yeah.
That's all you,
Go
queen.
off.
You got it. All right. Well, moving on to our next topic, guys. Wait, shit. I need to put up the actual thing, but TikTok ban. Do you guys hear that it's officially gonna get banned
In January, like
in
13th,
January?
right?
Yeah, let me pull it up.
When? January 13th?
I think
She's trying to make more money right now then. I
Oh,
better
yeah.
go live.
we gotta go
I
viral.
better go live right now.
Yeah.
Guys, drop a rose.
I know, please, galaxies.
Oh, do like the NPC streams? Have you seen that? Where
Hey.
do you
Oh,
know?
the
yeah,
miles?
yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
what's it
Thank you
called?
for the flower.
Yeah.
Thank you for the flower. Thank you for
Whoa!
I gotta catch my bus. I gotta catch my bus.
What does he
It's something
say?
like that.
He says something when he gets pulled out of the universe. Whoa! I don't know.
All right, anime.
You can do it pretty good.
Yeah,
NPC
you
mouse,
did.
They always go like that.
Yeah.
They're always moving like
Yeah,
it's a
like-
video game.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna be sad if he gets banned? I mean, I guess for us, it's
I feel like
bad.
we already went through this, guys. Like, we already went through this breakup. Remember when Vine got banned? Like, they took it away. Well, it didn't get banned.
It didn't get banned. It just died.
It died. Remember? Like, we already went through this heartbreak. So
something
like,
will replace it.
Yeah,
well,
we're just gonna go through it again.
I think what's gonna happen is probably Instagram or one of the other ones is gonna make a TikTok dupe.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the goal.
But then it's not gonna work. Just like with Vine, like Vine moved on to Twitter. It's not gonna work for a few years, and then something else is gonna.
Come. Gonna, and then they'll ban that.
Yeah, it'll be something lame at first when TikTok gets banned. It'll be called like Clock App. And
No one's gonna do it.
It'll be whack.
Right now, everything once it gets banned, Instagram is just gonna be like everybody missing TikTok.
I don't know if this is political. I don't think it is, but I do think it's kind of funny how.
I just think it's funny.
I just think it's funny how
say
how they're banning TikTok because it's so dangerous, but like a lot of politicians
we have a
have
lot
TikTok
of other
accounts.
things to worry about.
Like Twitter, dude. Do you guys have do you have Twitter?
No.
No,
I don't
good.
have Twitter either,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's like crazy on there. There's like
I do think people are. I don't know. Maybe it's deep and
I just feel like I guess the big thing about TikTok is that there's a lot of flourishing small businesses.
Yeah.
And I think it's really taken away from that.
Like this
Because
one?
I feel like like we basically like we blew up on TikTok.
Yeah.
So like
now we're gonna have to grind on Reels.
Yeah.
Hey, Reels is not that bad.
Yeah,
But I
like
just
it.
feel
I
like
Reels.
the algorithm just sucks a lot more.
It does.
It's way worse than TikTok.
It's way
so
worse.
dumb.
And
Well,
I think it just takes away from just a lot of opportunities for people.
Oh, for sure.
TikTok is like, it's like your own For You page, you know? Like anything can land on your page and then you can just become a fan of it.
Yeah.
And then Instagram is just like, it's so like polished.
Yeah.
Super polished, like aesthetic only. And TikTok is just so like real. They're just real.
Yeah, it's like unhinged. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They should be called Reels, right?
Oh,
Right, yeah.
Wow, Brandon.
TikTok is fine. Just call yourself Reels. I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
But I don't know. You guys can disagree with me, but I do think like
I disagree.
He hasn't even said it.
I do think like the average Joe, because I've seen like average Joes who aren't influencers who will come on and be like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna change my location to Canada because I'm gonna keep TikTok. I don't know. For me, I'm like,
It's not that big of a
it's
deal.
not,
that serious?
I'm not
Yeah.
that crushed, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's not
Dude,
that
I'm
serious.
crushed though. Aren't
I
you guys
heard-
a little?
well,
I am. I
little
am.
bit?
I am.
a little bit, but I can't you get in major trouble if they catch you having it or something like that?
Whoa, but like fucking like
a huge fine or something.
Like in India, they had to ban TikTok.
Oh, yeah. At least we'll join India. At least we won't be alone.
I'm telling you, Reels is gonna be like a straight rip off because they probably can't completely rip it off because TikTok is still they'll sue them. But once they get banned, they'll probably completely rip it off.
It'll be like an app just
it'll
for
be exactly the same probably.
Damn.
Like,
Yeah, it's just
It's because everybody on
It's
Instagram is
Facebook.
mean.
distractions.
Facebook is
Media.
taking everything now.
distractions, the media, like aliens.
I like that TikTok, like everybody, like you can post anything and the comments would just be nothing but positive and people agreeing. But on Instagram,
Dude, no.
on
Instagram's
it's
bad.
mean,
Do
dude.
not
Instagram
post
people is
yourself on
mean.
there.
Yeah, Instagram is mean. That's the one thing that I'm like dreading.
Yeah.
Instagram is mean, but sometimes they're funny with it.
Sometimes they're funny with
Sometimes
it.
they're funny with it.
No, I think they're like racist as hell.
They're
on
cruel.
Instagram.
I don't
Yeah.
understand. You'd think that because it's Instagram and it's more polished, that they'd figure out how to get rid
How
of
to
that.
filter
You-
that.
Yeah, but
I don't know why TikTok is way more positive.
Yep.
Like,
well,
They
no.
are.
Well, remember,
Yeah.
remember they got in trouble for that. Who is it? Is it?
oh yeah, you're right. Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, because he'd had a trial where they kind of exposed that the reason everything is so negative is because that gets engagement. So the what do you call it? The algorithm like promotes like. So, like, let's say you're not a fan of something. Like, let's say you're left-leaning or right-leaning. They'll try to show you shit that'll piss you
They
off.
love controversy.
Because they know that you'll be like, man, fuck you. Like, this is this. But that's engagement, so that
Yep.
they like that. I don't think
That's bad.
TikTok does that as much.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Have you ever had people arguing in your comments?
Yep. And I just let them argue because
Yeah.
it actually brings up the
Yeah.
algorithm.
Yeah,
so.
that's- yeah.
It's just so funny because like I love it because it gets to a point where it's like not even related to what the video was about.
Yeah, it's just so off.
They're
I'm
just like going off against each other, and I think it's the funniest shit ever. Cause like I used to mute like my notifications because it'd be too much, but recently I just gave up and I just
You're
let
like,
them.
it's too much.
Yeah, it really was. And I just let them go, and then it's so funny because sometimes I'll be like doing my stuff for the day, and then my phone will just zzz, 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 and it's just these
They don't don't stop.
Two guys arguing with each other.
The thread is like 105 comments. You're like, you guys didn't stop.
Yeah, that ass. I know it'll be like 300 comments and only like 15 of them are about the post. Yeah. Then like all 200 other ones are just them arguing back and forth,
insulting each other.
Dude, I don't know how we're gonna find like, how can you say it? Like unpolished creators, like the unfiltered creators. Like that's where all the people from TikTok came, because a lot of people from YouTube, like they were also very polished. Like especially like the Latinos, like they didn't want to really speak Spanish and on YouTube for the longest time because they were ashamed of it. And a lot of like Latino YouTubers have talked about that. So it's like I feel like TikTok really did expand that, like how can you say it? Like that opportunity for like any kind of like
I get you, like you come from anywhere, like a niche.
Yeah, it was a niche. Like on YouTube it was just like you just had to be one certain way. And Instagram as well, it's like one certain way, photogenic. YouTube as well, it's like vlogging style or like one niche. And then TikTok's like everything.
Yeah, no, she's right. Yeah, she's right. It is TikTok kind of like just free range.
Yeah, like that
it opened up so many opportunities.
Like the guy who sings songs. You ever see that guy?
Oh yeah, I seen it. Or the guy who does he calls himself a professional toy player. Have you seen it? He like plays with toys and he like does like animations for him.
I've seen the guy who does
I want to see that.
How fast he can snatch people's lighters. You haven't seen that guy?
No.
He has like a timer. He's really good. He's always like, and he takes it.
That'll be the saddest
He's like, I've
thing.
been practicing.
Yeah,
it's so funny because like he's so good at it. He'll literally you'll blink and he'll just do it, and he gets so mad because people say like, "Oh, you just sped it up," and he'll literally like have a timer set up now, so you can see that it's not edited.
And then people are like, "Nah, I don't believe it."
Or there's this other guy who like he just plays, like he'll run with his fingers like on shit and do
and he'll beatbox. Like
he beatboxes to it. He goes.
That's so funny. But a lot of great creators come out.
You see, Instagram could never.
Instagram Reels, at least mine is just takeovers where people get hit by cars.
Dude, I hate getting that shit on my.
Yeah, you see some.
You get like some
shit.
unhinged stuff. Like last time I saw like chickens getting cooked.
Yeah.
Alive. I was like,
damn.
What?
Yeah.
You get some really like dark things on.
Yeah, and Instagram allows way more like what's the word? Like uncensored shit, but like
I don't want to see that, and then I'm not interested, and then more of it comes up. I'm like, what? I'm like,
it's because they know, they're like, oh, that's what she doesn't like. Give her more, you know.
Yeah, Instagram has way more edgy stuff, like way more uncensored,
you'd
like
think,
crazy
right?
shit.
That it wouldn't be that way, but hey,
whatever. Yeah. But TikTok does not allow anything. People get banned for like showing too much like cleavage. Anything.
We got a
Ashley
video ticket.
Trevino.
Who is that?
You guys didn't hear about her? I'm sorry.
No,
sorry
go ahead.
to cut you guys.
Let
Did you guys hear about her?
Yeah,
is it? I think it's Ashley Trevino, the girl that showed her like.
Nah, I didn't see
on
it.
Live like 2 days ago.
Nah,
she was on live. She just showed it, and
by accident.
She was
like
showing it to some 20-year-old.
Damn.
They were like on live together. They were like both Latinos.
Who is she?
She's like this. She's this like influencer that goes live, and she's like Latina, right? She's like a no sabo as well, which is not. I don't.
No beef.
No beef. But I'm just saying, people are like, why is she representing us? You know? Yeah. And again, like, there's this like whole thing with like this one influencer, and she's just like not representing us well.
She got banned or what?
No, she didn't get banned. She just took a break. But it's sad because like her kids were on the live there.
Oh, really? So it was an accident?
No, she like took them out and she licked them and stuff. It was so bad. It's all over TikTok. And everyone's like, I'm traumatized from seeing the live. Wendy, Benji, like all this, like they all saw it. Like everyone saw it. She was even on like Pancho's, like, you guys know Pancho, right? The one that cancels everyone.
Pancho?
No.
What side are you guys on?
I'm on that side.
I'm on the brain rot. I'm sorry.
Just not on that side.
The
internet's a big place.
I'm on the side of brain rot.
Is that the like Wilito and
Shadi
Day
it's
side?
that side.
Oh yeah, we don't go
Honestly,
there.
Honestly, it pops up on my For You page, so I was like, "What's going on?" Like everyone's talking about it. So there's that.
We don't go there. We drive past. We lock our doors and drive past.
There's just that, but we can move on to another one.
There's not really a lot to unpack there.
I'm sorry, guys. The folder, like, that's it.
Why don't you? You know what? What I think would be a cool thing to close.
Last
on?
topic, yeah.
Why don't you tell us about the banana mayonnaise thing?
Oh, that one's a simple one too.
Yeah, is it?
You said in your hometown, right?
Yeah. So I'm from Monterrey, Nuevo León. What we eat is rice, banana, and mayo. You mix that up and you eat it.
Is it like a dessert?
It's not a dessert. You can add it like as a side with like chicken or quesadillas.
Is it like?
What does it taste like?
I guess the way I'm picturing it.
Just kidding.
The way I picture it is like it's cooked rice. You add mayo and then you slice bananas on top. But do you mash the bananas?
No, you just cut them
They're
up.
sliced on top.
You just slice them. You just slice them. My mom made it for me when I was small, and she still makes it for me till this day. Her mom made it for her too. My great grandma also made it for her as well. Like, it's a tradition.
What's it
called? Not
called?
just in our family, but like in Monterrey, like they do eat it like
What's
that.
it called?
Is it like a laxative?
There's no name for it, honestly. Like, there's no name for it.
There's no name for it. But you got dragged on social media for it, right?
Dude, I got dragged. People are like, "You're not Latina." What's it called? I'm from Monterrey. They don't eat it like that. But then I also got another people that are like, I'm from Monterrey, Nuevo León, and they do eat it like that. Proof. My mom loves eating that, or my mom makes it for us all the time. So there's just two sides to it. People that haven't tried it and people that have.
What does it taste like? Is it sweet or is it
It's like
tart?
No, just kidding.
It's just so good,
Mouth's
huh?
watering.
It does not sound that good. Doing way too much. Wrap it up.
No, like the first taste is like a little salty because it's like the rice, like the salt, because the rice is like, it's like it's red rice,
Yeah.
like you add the
like
pollo,
Mexican rice, right?
yeah, you add like the little pollo,
Yeah.
I forgot what the thing's called, or tomatillo,
Yeah.
So it tastes like a little bit of like salty, and then you can like taste the mayo, and then you taste like the sweetness, and then it's just like all collides together.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ratatouille when he eats like the.
I can't see it. I
gotta Google.
I respect it though.
Do you have a picture of it?
If you search up on Google,
If you shut up.
go on Google. Like, this is so
Nastiest Mexican
Go on
dishes.
Google, search up Mexican rice, banana, and mayo.
Rice, banana. You're probably gonna come up.
And guess who comes up?
Let me see. Actually, let me see.
Mexican rice with mayo. A childhood memory. Amanda eats.
What?
Is that your name? Actually, is that you?
No. It's put Mexican rice, banana, and mayo.
Banana. Oh, okay. Mexican rice, banana,
and
mayo.
Yeah, and mayo. And guess who pops up?
Whoa, this is. Oh yeah.
It's me.
Oh yeah, it is you.
Yep.
Wow. I don't know what I pictured.
I'm representing, guys.
Wow.
I guess what's kind of funny to me is in a lot of the pictures they don't mix it up. It's just like piled together.
Yeah,
So,
or people don't do mayo. They just do the banana and the rice.
I've never seen anything like this.
There's this guy. Oh, like this banana.
Yeah,
and
you
rice?
could do it like that as well.
What? That's crazy. Tell me about the weird food combination. Mexican rice and fresh banana is mine.
I'm actually curious. I need to try this.
It's real good. I was gonna bring it for you guys, but I'm so sorry. I was gonna a little.
Had a lot to do today.
Oh, look,
I
it's
get
you.
Oh yeah, guys, it's me.
Danny, can I read the comments or not?
Go ahead. I
Okay.
mean, they're so funny.
He's like, ooh, actually, I'm not gonna read
Ooh,
that.
that one's
Actually,
not
let me
funny.
read you guys some.
That one's,
You can get some as well.
Ooh, that one's not funny.
People have been thinking that I'm pregnant for the past like
Really?
month.
Why?
Because of the combination.
Yeah, they think it's like a pregnancy.
Oh. People
Is it
saying
this
try
one?
sour cream.
The caption for this one is "You not Mexican if you don't eat banana with your rice." That true, bro?
I guess the reason I was kind of like maybe is because I know people eat plantains.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought maybe it was like that where they'd cook it.
Well, because
But
I
it's
know
just-
I forgot what culture it is, but they eat like the plátanos with beans.
Yeah.
Oh, there were
Cuban?
It was Cubans. Yeah, I think.
But I guess with the plantains, they don't taste like banana. You have to cook them, and
Yeah.
they're all like seasoned up.
Mine
But these are
is raw.
just straight up
cut it up.
bananas.
Yeah.
it kind of looks like oatmeal, which is kind of funny.
Next time I'll try. Can you try any mayonnaise? Like, it doesn't matter the brand.
Well, I just recommend like the regular mayonnaise, like the one with the blue tag. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
They commented on my video actually.
Oh, really?
Ah.
They put trying this ASAP.
Maybe you can get a sponsorship out of it.
Yeah, I know I should. Guys,
Yeah.
please sponsor me.
Please sponsor. Real
I know
Mayonnaise.
people were just saying like she's pregnant. I probably went to jail. Or they said like go straight to jail.
Go straight to jail.
They were like arrest her, food violation. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Damn.
I
That's
never heard of that meal.
There's literally a thumbnail of a guy who looks like
He's
he's holding.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. People are like, ew. What do you guys think about it?
I mean, I need to try it. I just need to try it.
I just
each their own.
I just can't. It's because I know what all of them taste like. I never imagine them together, so I can't even.
I just feel like I think some of it though. I feel like you shouldn't like criticize because it's people's own culture.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
sorry,
backstories, you know, to it.
Do what you gotta do.
Sorry.
Because I just feel like, because you know how in Mexico, there's always stories about, you know, people and the way that they eat their foods because that's all they could afford.
Yeah.
So essentially, like, you know, there's times when there's story to food sometimes. I don't know. I don't criticize. I'm not gonna criticize to each their own if that's their part of their culture. Because, I mean, for us, we have mole. So, like, you know.
It's the Mexican sweet.
That one friend who's too woke. I'm just kidding. No, that's valid.
That's valid. At least that's what I think.
I mean, coming from us, because, I mean, we have mole and people are like, oh, like chocolate, you know, like in fucking.
That's nasty.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay approved mole.
Mole is bomb.
He was like, whoa. He was like, best food he ever tasted.
Yeah, that's our, like, our hometowns, states.
Do what you gotta do. Eat what you gotta eat.
You're like, just eat.
Yeah, but
just get your grub on.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap up this podcast. Shout out to Dani for being an amazing guest and
thank you guys
having
so
us.
much.
Yeah. This is an amazing episode. Thank you for coming. It was a roller coaster, but it was a good one. Just like a roller coaster, it's fun. Yeah, you know, no matter the ups and downs. Yeah, it's good, dude.
Thank you so much. Before we send everybody off, I gotta do a shout out to our patrons. Shout out to Eli Quintero, Yoel, Jada Chicano, I Am Potato Tots, Stephen Carbajal, Angel Zamaron, Carlo Corazon, Eva Duga de Pasadena, and Yesenia G. Your patronage is always appreciated. If anyone ever wants to join the Patreon, our link is always in the description. Thank you again to Dani for an awesome podcast. We really hope everybody at home enjoyed this one.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. It's really good. Yeah.
It was so fun.
It was.
Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.